Hello, folks, and welcome back to the HB Studio podcast with Tim and Kristin. In episode 14, we're going to continue our conversation about leadership and our experiences as young people entering the workforce and experiencing leadership firsthand. In this episode, Kristin's going to share her story of when she started working in a grocery store and what her leadership looked like at that time. And take this with you, folks. Never think you don't have an opportunity to change the outcome of a story. Episode 14. Thanks, guys.
And you end up just getting so much more out of your team when you are part of the team.
I had the most fun when I worked with her and it's like some other people, but when she's there, I knew it was going to be a cool day.
Yes.
We're going to get it done. Everybody's cool. Let's help each other. So yeah, that's crazy. I thought about that in years.
Yeah, well, you've just unearthed a memory for me. So
Uh-oh.
my first job was also at 15, and I was the bag girl at Lowe's Foods. And I had this manager, which I won't say his name because he might. Who knows?
Never know.
Who knows? He owns Lowe's now. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh.
No, he probably doesn't. But so I just remember that he had this bigger than life ego. And it was funny because we had to wear uniforms there, and he always wore, what is that? Is it called a bolero?
I think so, with the slide.
Yes, the slide. He wore
Rhinestone Cowboy.
Da-na-na-na. But he was what was that thing? The Scorpion Cowboy.
Ooh.
Yeah, he had a scorpion in that
Are
thing.
you serious?
I swear to you.
Oh my God, why does it sound like a movie?
It is.
That sounds so
Get
weird.
ready for this story.
Oh,
he
this is
wore this
good.
bolero with a scorpion in it, with his white shirt. I don't know how he got that passed by the uniform department, but he did. So, whenever one of us would get in trouble or need any sort of feedback, he would call us to the office on the loudspeaker like this, "Office!" And you had to go to the office. You felt like you were in trouble by, a woman in the 20s.
Yeah. So I was like,
Office. So we'd go to the office and get reprimanded. You'd have to count the money in front of people. It was just a lot of pressure when you're 15. So
yeah.
one night, because like you, I was obviously still going to school. And so one night, it was a weekend, I was working a Friday or Saturday night, and it was close to closing. And this man walked in. They would close one of the doors, so you would have to enter and exit through the front only, so you could tell who was coming in and out of the store.
Right.
So they had the main doors closed, and people were coming in these smaller doors. So I saw everyone that was coming in, and this man came in, and he had a trench coat on, and he just looked
man.
shady.
Oh, dude.
So I asked the manager to check out this guy, and he said, it's fine. I said, okay, that's fine too. So this guy goes around to the dairy aisle. He puts a gallon of milk under his coat. He shoved a loaf of French bread into his arm, and he got something else. I don't remember what it was.
Oh my God.
But he comes storming out of that same door that he walked in, but his arm was straight, and he's swinging his arm, and he's holding the milk that was under the coat. And I said, hey, he's getting out of the store. So this bolero scorpion manager runs out there after him. And the guy turns around. He chops his arm so he can bend the bread arm because it's still in there. The milk drops out and spills. He pulls out a knife. And this manager jumps back like a cat. He jumps so far back, and he got hollow. And he said, "You shouldn't be stealing." And the guy said, "I understand that." And he gets in the car and drives away. The guy comes in and he goes, "Took care of that. If you ever need protection, come see me." That was this guy's leadership.
Boy, he is gangster.
I know.
Oh, he scares me. He scares me.
I never did a night shift with that cat again. Because I knew that if the place was taken, I'd be taken too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw you to the wolves.
He would. He jumped back and came in and said he had it handled.
I took care of that. Did you?
So that was my first leader. And I'll never forget what a weak leader that guy was in many respects. Walking around like he owned the place. We were at a grocery store, man, you know?
Bro.
But walking around like he owned it, dressing out of protocol because he could, weak
Clearly.
actions, bully techniques, watching you, and, you know, the whole thing. And it made me not want to be that type of leader at all. Now, there's authority in leadership that is necessary.
Yeah, it is.
But there's also a lot of confidence that comes into that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you are not confident, your people aren't either.
Nope. And false confidence is a killer. No, well, I will say a morale killer, so to say. Well, what do I mean by false confidence is, you know, people will put on this front, like they'll be somewhat, you know, engaging in a negative way, you know, trying to be
Almost oppressive.
Exactly. They don't want to listen to you, and even if you do listen, right, you better do what they say. If you don't do what they say, then they come back with you with some type of other negative. There's nothing positive, nothing's going to grow from that type of situation in terms of your subordinates, because there's this aura, somewhat of an ego-driven type of situation where they have to feel like they are on top no matter what. You can't necessarily build your subordinates like that, and the job is not going to get done correctly. And then they'll blame you for not getting the job done outside of their leadership techniques. I mean, there's a slew of of situations that has happened in before, but that's Scorpio guy right there.
Scorpio. Let's call him Scorpio.
Scorpio man. Dun, dun, dun. But really? Mm-hmm. I took care of that.
Mickey
Right,
Mouse says. Come on. Oh.
Yeah.
He did. You should have seen him. He should have been a backup dancer for MJ with that jump back he had. Oh, he became hollow. His chest came in. He backed up. I mean, it was rich.
Wow.
It was rich.
Over a loaf of bread and some milk.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which, you know, somebody that's going to steal those basics probably ought to go ahead and donate that.
Dude, like, if that's your
Let me
life.
get that. Yeah. Yeah.
A prime opportunity for somebody to show their leadership.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Rewrite the story.
Prime opportunity.
So the guy walks out. Rewrite the story. Go.
Hey, man. I see you're trying to steal right now. You know you can go to jail for this. No. You don't need to pull your knife out. Go ahead, take it. I'll pay for it. But just don't come back. Because I don't want to see you get hurt, because I don't know what's going on in your life. But if you need to steal food, bro, just go ahead, I got you. Don't come back here.
Tim. That's beautiful.
Fucking leadership.
That's beautiful.
I'll mute that out too. I'm sorry.
That's leadership.
Bro,
you're right.
Look at the circumstance that you're dealing with right here.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I am older than 15 right now. I'll just admit that to all of our listeners.
She doesn't look it.
She does. But I've carried that story with me for a lot of years. For 30 years, I've carried that story. And I've never thought to rewrite the ending.
We always have an opportunity.
That was great.
Always have an opportunity. That's how we roll, man. Like,
that's leadership.
I've been in a position where I had to be a manager for a store, and somebody has tried to steal. Now, granted, this was a hat, mind you, but I mean, like, it's a kid. Like, he couldn't have been no more than 15, 16 years old. I'm like, I'm not gonna ruin your life over a hat. I'm not gonna do that.
But you don't do it either.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I'm not gonna ruin your life. You don't ruin your life. This is your chance. I'm gonna be a leader enough to say, this is your chance. Do better.
Facts.
And I think that's also a really delicate dance within leadership, because if you're not expecting good, if you're not teaching a better way, if you're not demanding to an extent, then people are going to take advantage of you too. That's why I say that leadership is really, it's a tightrope. It's a delicate dance, and those who can handle the steps of the dance do a phenomenal job. But it is a very important position to hold.
It is.
It's crucial to success.
People always watching you. Always. You know, If you're the guy or gal, that tightrope is small.
One misstep.
One. And then you have a domino effect. You know, so many things could happen.
Thank you for rewriting that story.
No doubt.
That forever changed me.
We always have an opportunity. The HB Studio Podcast is brought to you by the historic Roy Hill in Clemens, North Carolina. The opinions and thoughts presented on this podcast are that of Kristin, Tim, and their guests alone. Our goal is to bring positive motivation through real-life experiences and training as business professionals. Thank you for listening.